Hello, Ramblin' Man Moto here. I was out riding recently and encountered an intersection with what I would call a small close call. I thought I would use it as an easy excuse to make a video about left-hand turns. Look at the headlines around me. Some stats report that approximately 70% of motorcycle accidents occur at intersections. Now, why is this? We could all cite various reasons, but for now, we'll just acknowledge that you have a lot of cars coming together in a central point, drivers often in a hurry, distracted by their devices. And we are on motorcycles that often the drivers will say in the event of an accident, "I just didn't see it." The car driver is conditioned to look for other cars. It's easy for you to get blocked out on your motorcycle, especially if you're decked out in all black. If you ride a motorcycle, you better pay attention at intersections. According to the National Highway and Traffic Administration, 35 to 45% of all motorcycle crashes occur because a driver from the opposite direction made a left-hand turn in front of the motorcycle. Other reports have said left-hand turns in front of motorcycles is the #1 factor in motorcycle accidents and fatalities when it involves another vehicle. I think we have to look out for ourselves in these dangerous environments. If we ride, we need to know that intersections are that dangerous, and we must expect cars to make that turn. We should slow down, cover our brakes, have our eyes darting to watch the cars, and be sure we've practiced emergency braking before we're in that moment. That brings me to my recent incident. Now, in this case, I've shown the clips to a few folks. Some think the car didn't see me at all until they had already started their turn, which I can see that. Myself, I think the car was likely doing something that is a pet peeve of mine, the early turn-in. Thinking they know what I'm going to do, they decide to lead in early rather than be patient and wait. I have very bright LED headlamps and riding lights, and I hope they had seen me. I think she did, but I could have been wrong. When I was in the moment, I assumed she did not see me, so you'll see I slowed down almost to a stop. You can't tell it on the camera with the depth, but this was closer than it may appear in terms of her turn-in. But because I slowed down and anticipated it, it wasn't that close of a call. You can hear someone honking a horn. I don't think it's on camera, but there was a car right behind me and one in my left lane. So her early turn-in created a dangerous environment if the car behind me was not paying attention, and the car to the left could have hit her. I think it was the car in the left lane honking at that person, and rightfully so. I'll play the clip and you can see it, and we'll take a look at it together.
You want to wait a minute?
So as I'm approaching the intersection, I've turned on my right turn signal, and I'm already scanning the intersection and keeping an eye out. And you can see I have a green light, and the other side has a green, but they have to yield, right? They have to wait for us to pass. And as I said, you can't see, but there's a car behind me and one on my left. And, here I start my turn in, and look where the nose of the vehicle is pointed. I mean, that's a cue. They've already started to turn with pointing, and as we move forward, she's still turning in. And that's them predicting what they think I'm going to do. And, I wasn't comfortable with it, so I slowed down a bit. And then someone's starting to honk. And then as I move through, I give the haughty derision shaking of the head with a few observations about the riding taking place. Again, this wasn't the closest of calls, but it was a good excuse to make the video to analyze these left-hand turn situations. And it wasn't that close of a call because I was looking ahead, watching what they were doing. So if you ride, you got to be careful when you enter these intersections where there's a possibility of somebody turning left in front of you. I'll see you on the road.